So we are here at the Lama Temple, which has been here since the time of the Qing dynasty, when the Manchu rulers actually were Tibetan Buddhists, and when they revered Tibetan Buddhism and respected it. And for the time of the People's Republic of China and the communist destruction of ancient Buddhist culture. This place, Paul was just saying, it's more like a museum. Yesterday was a zoo and today is a museum. It's certainly the tankas and the statues and the layout and everything is magnificent, but again it just feels like things are preserved behind ropes and behind glass, and people, you can see devout Buddhist worshippers here, but the people, a lot are just curious sort of tourists, and I've been searching the crowd for any Tibetan Buddhists or Tibetans, and I've really seen none. I've seen a few. There's very, very few monks that we can see. I don't even know, some of them are real monks, some of them definitely seem to be for sure. And they're wearing polyester brown pants, or sort of maroon pants and red shirts. I had a moment that I definitely got chills up and down my body when I stood in front of some of the great statues of Tsongkhapa or other just beautiful, overwhelming statues of the great teachers and Buddha, and I felt like the wisdom, the jewel in the lotus, the truth must prevail. It has to prevail, and I feel like it will, but certainly in here it just feels a bit spooky. But it also does, I just had to get outside of my sort of looking around at the cameras and the eyes in the sky watching and go into myself and into my own beliefs and strength, and there I did find here, with that sort of lens, I found some kind of bit of peace. So I don't know, those are my kind of muddled thoughts for now, and more soon.
And they all living they will never die. When their body dies, we will select another young boy to be the next Dalai Lama. So after today, after this Dalai Lama dies, we will have another Dalai Lama. And so the present Dalai Lama is living in India. Now he's living in India. And because in 1950, when this Dalai Lama was young, 30, and he wanted to separate Tibet out of China. And this kind of behavior made the central government quite angry, and then he escaped out of Tibet.
خدمتتون بگم، من پرسیدم که دالای لاما یادتون باشه چند سال پیش دولت چین خیلی باهاش مشکل داشت، تحت تعقیب بود، تبعید بود، اینا رو من پرسیدم خب این شخصیت مذهبی چرا این دولت چین؟ گفتش که این توفاها چند تا معاون داشته و دالای لاما هم هیچ وقت بمیر نیست. دالای لاما اسم یک پوزیشن، یک مقامه که وقتی میمیره روحش مثلا در یک بچه دیگه ای که حالا انتخاب میکنه خیلی عهد باشه بزرگ میشه، دوباره این همینجور به اندازه تاریخ خواهد بود. دالای لاما معتقد بود که بودایی های تبت بایستی از چین جدا بشن و این جدایی های تجزیه طلبی باعث شده بود که دولت چین با اون مشکل داشته.
Now Dalai Lama was getting old. So of course he was thinking about his next life, his next Dalai Lama. He wanted to select his next one. When of course he cannot select when he was alive, and he knows when he passed away, maybe without the permission of the central government of China, maybe he cannot get realized. So this is his problem. So he's getting much closer relationship now with central government. So this conflict is getting a bit
یکی
better.
دالای لامای فعلی که الان خیلی هم پیر شده توی هند داره
So is
زندگی
it that the Dalai Lama needs permission from the central government to be reborn?
این داره میمیره و هنوز
But
نتونه
isn't the Communist Party atheist?
کسی رو انتخاب بکنه
Communist Party
جانشین
said,
نتونه
okay,
به
if
خاطر همین دالای لاما
But there's no religion,
یه
right?
قدری روی
yeah, it's not
اعتقاداتش
a problem with religion, but just because Dalai Lama still has lots of followers, his followers still want separation of Tibet. But Dalai Lama himself, I think, and also Tibetan people love Dalai Lama to be back because he's from Tibet.
Thank you. When we were in there, we heard a group of tourists asking a tour guide about the Dalai Lama. They're in the Lama Temple, and so whether it was a loaded question or not, and they knew, I don't know, but they were asking through a translator to the Chinese guide, what's the story with the Dalai Lama? And the Chinese translator tour guide was trying to explain, what's the story. And you can see for yourself in the video. I hope we got some of it on good audio. But what was clear in the end was he said that the Dalai Lama, aside from being a splittist or whatever, that he's getting old now, and that when it comes time for his reincarnation, he can't be reincarnated without the permission of the central government. So I couldn't help it, even though I just said, so you're trying to say that, and isn't the central government communist? Isn't this atheist government? No religion. And he kind of didn't really know much what to say back to that, but this is the point, just after these new regulations have come out about the Chinese government officials having to approve of any reincarnation or any appointment, recognition of any reincarnated lamas, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And it's always, it's offensive, first of all, because they have no right in meddling in Tibetan, religious customs and traditions, but it's because it's all political, fine. But then, the absolute hypocrisy of this communist, system or government that's talking about, to get rich is glorious, and capitalism, it's all with Chinese characteristics, and we can approve and appoint religious, Buddhist figures, and that they have the audacity and the nerve to say and think that they can approve and appoint and select the next Dalai Lama, as they've done with the Penton Lama. They have the fake Penton Lama that they've installed, and he lives somewhere here in Beijing, and then the real one, actually approved by His Holiness the Dalai Lama, is missing somewhere and just turned 18 years old and has been missing since he was 6 years old. I could just go on and on. It's ridiculous, it's offensive, and it's so transparent, it's nothing to do with religion, it's nothing to do with culture, it's just all for them to do with politics and to do with control. And they will never control Tibetans, and haven't been able to all these years through religion. They simply won't. They can't. They've failed. All the money, all the power they have, all the time they've had to try, and they've repeatedly failed. And we can see that in what was said on the stage in Litung and the protests that happened there. And that is the strength of Tibetan faith. And that just the Chinese government cannot kill.
Quick,